Hi everyone, it's Gail and it's Scrappy Saturday and we are going to work on my giant bag of tissue paper today. We're going to make some journal covers. So we'll get started on that in a minute. Let's say our hi and hugs to Brenda, Tonya, Danielle, and Tana/Julie. She'll know what I mean there. Oh, hi and hugs to all, and thank you so much for watching and for your nice comments and all. Okay, this is hopefully going to be a bit of a mass make because I have a bunch of envelopes here. I have a bunch of scraps, as you saw. So we're going to get started. But the first thing we're going to do, this is the kind of journal cover we're going to do. This one obviously is finished. I've added corners. I've added doily. But so we're going to start at the end. How's that? We're going to go ahead and put this piece of paper in here. The rest of the journal covers, we're just going to do the tissue paper part. I kind of like to wait to see what kit or I'm going to use in a particular journal to see what paper I want to put on the inside. In this case, it's this beautiful paper from Chapter 1 Papers on Etsy. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Mod Podge. Now, normally when I'm using Mod Podge, I like to use this little silicone brush. But today, since we're working with such big areas, I'm going to use this big paintbrush. Hopefully, will that even go in there? I'm not sure. We'll give it a try. Anyway, I'd like to use the bigger one just because I could really cover more area, you know. So, and I put wax paper on the top of my Mod Podge, and it makes the lid just easy to. Ew, that's not, well, let's see. Maybe if I just do this. Maybe if I just get a bit out. Well, see how that works. Okay, except that on this, usually what I do is I try and start kind of at one end, and then I move along, moving the paper. So you'll see what I mean here in a second. I'm just gonna get that Mod Podge on there, on that end. And then we're gonna kind of line up our paper, see where we want it, about right there, I would say. Okay, and then I'm just gonna squash that down, and then I'll just keep going. Like do another strip and another strip and another strip. However many strips it takes. However, I may have enough glue to do the whole thing. So, so we are going to get messy today. We're going to get all gluey, which is its own kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, I have enough glue there to do the whole ball of wax, I think. So that's all good. Yeah, I'm going to like using this brush because that covers a lot of area all at once. Okay, and then we're just going to press this down along the way. The extra on the edges, I'm not at all worried about because there's already Mod Podge on there from creating the cover. Right? Okay. So there we go there. And now I'm just going to put over the top. Okay, as my brush is getting more full of glue, this is becoming easier to do, which is good. Okay, so I'm going to get it. That wasn't smashed down good enough. And actually, the brush action kind of helps get your paper smashed down. If you have some that lifts up, just put a little art glitter glue or something under it, and you're good to go. So So this is how you finish one. And I wanted to get this one finished because this particular project, I'm to the point of picking out pre-made ephemera for it. And then I can get it in a sack. You know, we're coming up against retreat season. And I want to have all of my little journal kits put together so that I can just go to town finishing journals. So I say retreat season because my friend Diane has one at the beginning of May. I have my one that I've had for years in Anaconda the end of May. That one is one where pretty much the same people come every year. Okay, that's kind of my friend one. And then, as you know, I'm doing one in July. We'll set that aside to dry and we'll take a look at it later. Okay, so we'll get back to the retreat talk in a second. Okay, so what I start with is a 9 by 12, because I like 9 by 6 journals the best. 9 by 12 manila envelope. I'm going to push the flap down, and then we are gonna make ourselves some ready to go kind of some ready to go journal covers. Okay, so this I'm going to use this poppy. I've got actually 2 different kinds of poppy paper that I want to use because my I have a couple of different projects. Okay, so I don't need this whole thing, so I'm going to cut this. But you want to leave, I leave 1.5 to 2 inches. Try to around the edge. Now if I turn it over, you'll be able to see better. So see, I have a good edge there. Now we'll just cut this so we have a good edge. Okay, so here we go. Like I say, I'd like to get a whole bunch of these done. So anyway, I'll finish my thoughts on talking about the retreat. Is the July one is for kind of for my YouTube community. So I'm super excited about that. I had 11 spots. I may have them filled, but I have a pretty long waiting list. So for this year, I would probably consider it closed for this year. But if it goes well, if everybody has a good time and everything, I'll probably do another one next year. We'll see. It's been a lot of work. A lot of communicating, trying to get, because I've got to have people email me and all this, and, and then sometimes the email doesn't work for people and stuff like that. So, okay, now I'm laying my tissue, and I'm just going to squish it a little bit because I like to have lots of texture in my journal covers. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we can peel that up. And then this side, we're gonna go ahead and cut our corners so that we can bend it over. And then what I'm going to do is just do as many of these as I can so that we have lots to work with. Okay, these little scrappy doos, I'll just put in a pile over there and they can go in my scraps. Okay, then I'm just going to do this side, which I'll try to be a little more a little more stingy with my glue than I was. Okay, and then we just put it over, and once again, I kind of scrunch it so it's got a few wrinkles, which is happy because then you don't have to worry about, oh, it has to be down perfectly with no wrinkles. Nope, sure doesn't. So, yeah, and then I'll set this aside to dry, and then the only step left is then to Mod Podge over the top. But, you know, I might go ahead and Mod Podge over the top of the flaps here now, because we could do that. Just smooshing it a little bit. And then we'd have that side Mod Podge, so that would be good. Okay, that's what we'll do. Get into a rhythm here with my little mass make we got going on here. Oops, got it on the Timmy mat. So I try not to do that, but I know it's a craft mat, but I want to keep it nice. Yeah, so anyway, I think this year's is full, but I'm still working on getting a few people confirmed. So if you put yourself on my waiting list, don't despair yet. There still could be room for you. We just don't know for sure. But I do know that people have their airline tickets, so I'm super excited. It's going to be fun. I cannot wait to meet some of these ladies in person. Give them a hi and hugs in person. So, okay. Not, as you can tell, I'm not being neat at all. Okay. Okay, so that side's all done. So then we just need to set it aside to dry, and then we'll come back and Mod Podge this side. Okay, I'm gonna set that down here. And let that dry while we continue. I think what I will do is grab another sheet of wax paper and cover my desk, and then this one can dry, and then I can reuse it, you know. Yeah, we'll just set that down and let that dry off a little bit. What did I do with it? Ah, I put it back. Let me grab it real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. You know, the good thing about my mixed media desk is I'm standing up, so I can go run easily. Okay. Oops. Yes, the dollar store. It's not like it works the best, but it's good enough. Okay, so let's do the next one. One thing I would say is, wherever it is, this one, I wanted to point out that, let's see, I used this tissue paper on it. And then I used some, see if I can see it for you here. Got it somewhere on this thing. Oh, is this it? Yeah. Like aging medium. It's usually in the aisle of the acrylic paints, but it's called aging medium. So that's another treatment we can do, but I'm not going to do it on this particular set that I'm doing today. Okay, now I also have this poppy paper, which I would like to do as well, because I have two sets of a signature with poppies, and that was in my unfinished projects tub. And so I just thought, well, if I can put them together in a kit if I've got the covers done. So let's cut this and get it ready to rock and roll here. I think I'd like a little more than that. Let's go about there. The other reason you give it a little bit of edge is so that when you scrunch it, you still have enough to cover the envelope, right? Yeah. So, now we'll just go right down this little crease here. Oh, this is going to be great. I'm so excited. You know, it's kind of like one of those things that I get, I'm so weird. It's like I use up some of my backlog of either ephemera or covers, and I'm like, oh, I don't have enough. I need to make more. I really did need to make more of this though, because I want to get those journal kits kind of put together. See what I need, if I need to make anything ahead of time or anything like that. But so another thing I wanted to say about this is you can use other things like wrapping paper works well. Napkins, yeah, but they're not as tough as tissue paper, so you know, maybe put several layers of them and make sure they're really well Mod Podged. Okay, so there's that guy, and I'm gonna pull him up. I think this down, pop this in the middle like that. Okay, I'm just going to turn it over and smush it. I'd rather not have the fold lines necessarily, but I do like a good squish. So it's got some texture to it. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, and then again, we're just going to cut corners and Mod Podge it down. So I hope, you know, going over this several times, you'll get it. I will say I do have a playlist for journal covers, all different kinds. Anytime I do a journal cover, I try and put it in that playlist. So if you're wondering how to do a certain journal cover, just check out that playlist, because I betcha there's a video. Not everything, because I don't do everything necessarily that's out there. There's, you know, people have amazing tutorials on this stuff, but I just try and organize my playlist so you guys can find stuff. If you can't find, then it always works to say in the search, say Gail Augustinelli tissue journal cover or something like that, and the video should come up. Search is our friend. So I hope you're crafting along, make some covers with me. Yeah, I'm gonna be so happy to have these. And then I just have a little bookshelf where these live until I have now these two I have a project already for, but some of the others we make today I won't, and I'll just put them on my little shelf, and they'll just be there when a project comes along, which is really nice too. Because I think sometimes, this is just my theory, but I think sometimes we get overwhelmed with projects because there's just so much to do. Oh, I've got to make the cover. I've got to I've got to make all the ephemera. I've got to, you know, get the signature figured out. And it can feel like a lot. And sometimes that just sort of stops you in your tracks. Whereas if you've got the ephemera, a lot of pre-made ephemera, and you've got the covers, it's just really a matter of marrying it all, if you will. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. And you kind of, I mean, you do as you're doing it, but you kind of want to get the edges, because the edges are what sort of take the brunt of any wear and tear. I think the book corners really help, though. You do go through a bit of Mod Podge on this. Just FYI. Of course, I'm being generous, too. Okay, so that side's done. Now we just have to wait for it to dry, and we can do this side. Okay. There's another one. All right, so now let's do this one. I wanted to show you that you can use wrapping paper too. And I got this, I don't know, somebody sent it to me. And I just love it. I think it's so cute. So let's do one with that. Just for something different, and then we'll pop back over. The other thing I want to do is you can collage. You don't have to use just one piece. So if you've got a lot of scrap, you can collage too. It's another option. Okay, so let's just get this all painted up. I'm just going to use the same one. I didn't get it too bad. Not as bad as the other one. Okay. So anyway, today is like a perfect craft day. It's raining outside. Oh yeah, I poured this, don't I? Got a little grit in there. That's extra texture, right? But yeah, so we're getting some rain. It's been warm here. Like it was nearly 60. It was so weird. And here it was, you know, 1st of March or whatever. Yeah. So, but it's supposed to get cold again. But right now, it's still fairly warm. We're talking 37 degrees, so it's rain, not snow. So that kind of makes you feel like, oh, spring might be coming. It really felt like spring yesterday. Went to lunch with my friend, and we were in the car. We both had to take our jackets off. It was just like, okay, it's too warm. Okay, so let's lay this down. I think where the fold is where I kind of would like to be sort of middle-ish there. Okay. It's not squishing as easily, but I imagine it'll still get some little lines in it. But I just thought this was so cute. Should have gone over to this edge so the bunny was on the front. Oh well. Too late now. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to cut a strip of this off? I think I do. And this is one that I don't, at this very second, have a project for, but something will come our way, and we'll have something. So I'll cut the corners. And then on these, another thing that you can do, got that rather uneven. Another thing you can do is put some sort of a like a, let me show you, a focal point on the front, you know, just to give it more personality. So yeah, I think it's a fun way to make a cover. I have to give that a good wipe before I put this away. Okay. So I think I told you, I don't know if I did, but my husband bought the box set of the Godfather movies. He loves them. So we're working our way through those right now. He knows exactly what's going to happen. I don't remember. I just don't. It's like, I mean, I remember certain scenes, but I don't remember the whole plot and what's exactly going to happen next. He does. He's obviously watched them more times than I. The other thing besides like a digital from a kit you use that you can put on the front, or put on the inside, on the inside cover, is you could put fabric if you wanted. You know, always lots of creative ways to, I guess I didn't need to have that quite that thick, did I? Oh, look at this, is vintage. It's 1982, printed in England. Oh, fun. So yeah. You could put, you know, coffee dyed paper or coffee dyed muslin, you know, printed fabric, whatever. I think this is looking like it would be a fun cover for a fall journal. Got all the leaves and the kind of the fall colors and stuff. Okay. Okay. Now I will say another step that I'm not doing on these, but if you wanted to, before you Mod Podge that layer that we just did, and before you Mod Podge this side, if you want to do some distressing, you should do it now. The distress ink before you Mod Podge. I don't know. I might do a little bit on that one. I don't know. We'll see. So, okay. I'm running out of room to set these. I could put that one right there. Okay. Let's, I'm going to switch out my, so, you know, this one's dry, so we can use it now. All right. So what are we going to do next? Let's do the collage, and we'll kind of play with that a little bit and see how you can use really ripped up as well. So I have this, and this came probably on an Etsy share. I absolutely love that tissue. I kind of want her front and center. So I'm going to tear her out at the moment. And just sort of have her at the ready. Doesn't want to tear this way very badly. Okay, because wouldn't that be just kind of fun on the front? Well, anyway. Okay, so let's see, she's all torn into. This dude could be on the back. That'd be good. We'll put the two of them. They've got a fold between them. They're having a few problems in their relationship. They're just like, let's put the fold between us. Maybe we can have a little space and work this out. Okay, come on, dude. Tear, would you? Tear's the one way, great, but not so much the other way. Okay, so he's going to go on the back. So those are going to be kind of, yeah, I don't know. Let's just do this thing. See where we get to. Okay, so a little bit of collage here. Piece. Okay. So what I'm going to do is cover the whole thing and then put those pieces on top. I think I'll start over here. So yeah, we'll just have a little play with collage too and see how that does us. Okay, now I need to remember to leave my edge, right? So I'm going to put that right about there. And I'm going to crinkle it up a little bit. Not enough stuff over here. Okay. Okay. There's bit one. Okay, cool. All right, so then let's have a bit of these flowers. Yeah, so in the effort to clear out your craft room, I'm not helping because I'm telling you, you can go ahead and save the ripped up tissue too. Oh, I look at it as we are helping not have the landfills full of all this stuff. We're making useful things out of it. Okay. All right. Let's use a little bit of this. Let's see. Can't get it to tear down the one way very well. That's right. Okay. I need something over here, so we'll just go kind of like that with that, I think. So yeah, the street sweepers were out this morning getting up, you know, the all the rocks and stuff from winter, all the sand. It's kind of cool here. I suppose they do it everywhere. I don't know. But the street sweepers, they collect all that dirt and stuff, sand and everything that's put down so the streets aren't slippery. And they save it all. They go dump it back in wherever their storage is for that sort of thing. Make a big pile, and then that's what they put on the streets the next time it snows. So I thought that was kind kind of smart. Okay, so there's that. Oh, we need that corner. What do I have here? Here's a corner. If I can tear it down decently. Oh my goodness, it's just... But I love it so much, Oh, that's not a man. Excuse me. That's a woman that we're going to put on the back. I now get a better look at her. She looks female to me. Couldn't tell. Okay, so like that. Okay, and we're going to need a piece down there. All right. As you can see, this takes a bit longer than just using the one piece, but different look. I'm sure you guys will have other ideas of things one could do, which is great. Okay. Okay, that's down mostly. Okay, now I need something long and skinny to go down. Let's just tear this. Okay. I think I can put a lot of that in there. Okay. Peel it up a little bit off the wax paper. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Here. I'll just go kind of all the way down. This is the one I was using, right? I think so. Okay, I'll get the edges later. And then, or I'll get the edges now because they're bothering me. This one might have to dry before we do the edges a little bit because we're going to put those other ones on there too. Yeah, I think we'll have to let this side dry before we do the edges. Okay. All right, so now down here, we need a bit. And I've got this bit here, which I think will work. Yeah, that's gonna work. And then very sticky. I did put my glove in a bottle on though, so I'm not that sticky. Okay, there we go, there. All right, so now I want to decide where she's gonna be. I'm gonna put her like right about there. Okay, so another bit of a coating of the Mod Podge. Ah, little piece wants to come up. Okay, let's put you right about there. And her, I'm going to smooth out a bit. Okay, I can put put a little more right there. That's all good. Ooh, this is a fun one. I really loved that when that tissue paper came. I'm like, oh my gosh, but I couldn't. As you can see, it doesn't tear easily, and so I was having trouble. I think I'll put her like up in the corner. Her/him. I can't tell. Doesn't matter. They're either friends that are on the outs or a couple that's on the outs. I don't know. And so we're just going to put her, him. We're going to put them in the corner. You're going to go right there, my friend. Except I don't want you too wrinkly. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm jiggling. I probably am. As you know, my mixed media setup, the camera arm's right on the table, so it does tend to wiggle a bit. Whereas my journal one is over on my buffet. Okay. So now, right at this moment, I'm going to go over this side with the Mod Podge because it's already got stickies everywhere, so might as well just go ahead and give it another coat. Gosh, I should look at the time too. I'm having way too much fun here. And of course my husband will come down and say, aren't you going to eat lunch? It's a good thing I have him or I'd forget to eat as I just get going. Okay. And then we'll see what this looks like dry, if it'll dry before we get done with our play session here today. This one's good and wet, that's for sure. If it's at all bumpy after it dries, I will just put it under a book, a heavy book, and it'll straighten out. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so we'll let that dry. Let's see. Let's put that over here to dry. Oh, we've got about 15 minutes. We definitely have time to do another one. Let's see. I've got 4 other pieces there. Let's see. Let's see in 15 minutes if we can get one done or if we can actually get 2 done in 15 minutes. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? I mean, this is definitely not a precise thing, so we could do it. We could. That's my friend that moved in, across the street from me. She is originally from Georgia, and I picked up the Mike Could years ago from her, and my kids always tease me about it, but, it is what it is. I could change it if I wanted to, but I don't. Okay. That good and gushy, and I love this one. And I think it might be close to the right size. I might have to cut off a little bit, but ooh, this is kind of the perfect weight too for this, because it's. And by being generous with your Mod Podge, you're going to have an easier time squishing. Just FYI. If it's too thin, there's just not enough to squish. Okay, guys, I need to switch out again because this one's getting too goopy. Okay. And then I will keep these wax papers up in my, up above one of my cupboards and use them, reuse them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Now, what would be fun is to make some tags and journal cards and stuff with these leftovers because they would kind of match the covers, and put that with, I have to cut right through Mod Podge there. You could put those with the cover and have a piece all ready to go. I'm going to do this one awkwardly because I've got Mod Podge on that other corner and don't want to touch it. Okay. So if we run out of time, I'll show you the other pieces of tissue that I pulled out of my scraps that I wanted to use. Okay, this one's got Mod Podge on it, so I'm going to try to not, I'll just lay it with that side up and hopefully it'll dry. Okay, let's get this done. Yeah, I've probably, with all these, gone through about a quarter of a jar. Oh, the other thing I was going to try and I didn't have time. Well, maybe we'll try it with the next one. At least we can get started, maybe. Is I want to try Stains by Patty Pockets because I didn't have that the last time I did a journal cover making session. The other thing that's kind of fun to use is I have this Mod Podge that's antique matte, and I brought it over too, but we didn't use it either. So again, as I said, lots of possibilities for these. Try and get the edge fairly tight along there. Gosh, I'm excited. If we can do this and one more, that will be 4 that we'll have done. And we got the 5th one we got done on the inside. So that will be awesome too. So I need to leave my mess set up, so I might finish the other ones too, because I've got to still Mod Podge the other sides of them. Ugh. Yep. Yeah, this one's real wrinkly. Go. Get those edges pulled in. That one I'm just going to have to Mod Podge down. Okay. Okay, so let's just get this edge done, and then we can maybe try the Stains with Patty Pockets on the next one. So I buy the packets of the envelopes. Ooh, tore right there. So let's take this piece and drop it down there. A little bit of a patch job on that one. Sorry, I know I hit you. There. No one's the wiser except for you. And so, yeah, we'll get that down. Okay, so that one is done and ready to dry. We just have to do this side. Isn't that a cool one? Ooh, I love it. Okay, where are you gonna sit? I'm gonna put it down here. Okay, so the next one I wanted to do is, let's grab the patty pockets. I'm just gonna set these things over there. Show you in a second. I've got a kit. Let's see, by now you will have seen it. It's from a Jewel Design, her new kit. It's called Rose and Paris, and it's black and white. And so I was thinking of doing this, but what if we did the patty pockets? Would that be cool on it? That's what I'm thinking. Okay. That's actually perfect going that way. Just gonna cut that off down here. Was a better idea than the way I did the last one. All right. So now, I think what I'm gonna do is Mod Podge the underneath. And then put the Stains by Patty Pockets over the top. That's my plan. So I don't know about you, but I find this to be a pretty easy method of making journal covers. And so for new people who are, I've heard over and over again, the cover is the scariest part for me. Try one of these. It's so easy just to slap on the old Mod Podge, and then okay, let's go. I think I'm gonna put that down the other way. Like this. Do it this way. A little easier. Okay. Flip it over and do some smooshing. That really went down pretty quick without a lot of smooshing. But oh well. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Now, what if we take our Stains by Patty Pockets and go over the top? Let's see what it does. And this is the original. This is the dark one. Now, I may find that I don't feel like this is enough protection. And so once this dries, if that's the case, I'll just go over it again with Mod Podge. I do like the color that it's turning, though. It's kind of pretty. You know, I actually should be doing kind of the edge of this too, because that's going to show, and we're going to want that to be the same color. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll just see where we get to on this. And I'll show you. I just had two more pieces of scrap that I kind of wanted to get done today, but we'll see if I do. I also have tomorrow's video that I wanted to film, so we'll see. But I mean, really, how easy is this? Just popping this on and... Okay, that does give it a little darker look, and I really like it, so I'm happy about that. Okay, where are we at? We're just about out of time. So I'm going to set this aside, pull this off of here, and I'll do the other side off camera, but you know the technique now. Okay, so the other two I was going to do, but didn't quite have time, is I have this piece that I love that. And so I've made covers out of that before. And then this also came in an Etsy share, I think. This one with the postcards. I thought that would be fun too. So that is the scoop. Let's see. The first two that we did, let me get rid of this. The first two that we did, that's pretty dry on that cover, so I won't fold it until it's all the way dry, but that's what's going to be on the inside of that one. And then this one is ready to Mod Podge on this side. This side's already Mod Podged. The only thing we have to do to finish it up is Mod Podge this side. And then we're ready to go, and we have our cute little journal covers. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll give it a try, and we will just see you in the next video. Have a grateful day, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.